Welcome back to the Football Terrace. We've got some here we goes, some deals that are very, very close as well, plus some big opinions I want from you on some of these signings. Hit like buttons and subscribe. And of course, get yourself signed up now to StocksFC. The biggest IPO in the history of the platform is now available. As you can see, Erling Haaland, over 10,000 stocks sold in him already. There's still 2 days left. Once it's done, once this has happened, they'll never be on sale ever again. You'll only be able to buy them from other users. So get yourself signed up now by scanning that QR code. You do go into the draw to win a shine shirt from Erling Haaland as well. But look, we're going to start with the here we go to begin the show today. And as a Man United fan, this pains me a little bit, but it's brilliant business potentially for West Ham. Jean-Clair Todibo to West Ham. Here we go. They hijacked Juventus. It just shows the power of the Premier League, the financial might of the Premier League. There's no way 10, 15, 20 years ago West Ham would have been able to hijack a player of this quality from Juve, but they've got it done. 40 million euros on loan with an obligation to buy. Nice have done the deal. And look, as a United fan, the reason I'm gutted is Man United wanted him, but we were banned from buying him because of the joint, the connection between our ownership, which was really, and we were in the same competition as each other this year, which kind of muddied the waters somewhat. But I think West Ham have picked themselves up a really talented, highly skilled individual, which, look, if he keeps progressing and he fulfills his potential, he could be one of the best centre-backs that West Ham have ever had in the Premier League. You factor that in with a number of other signings that they have made this summer, it could be a very, very potent season for West Ham United. Give us your thoughts and feelings in the comments section below, people. Now, big breaking news that came out late last night and it's been echoed much more, all stemmed from Fabrice Hawkins, is that Marseille are expected to reopen talks with Arsenal over the signing of Eddie Nketiah. The gap valuation exists, but there's a feeling that this can be resolved. Nketiah is open to the moves and personal terms are not expected to be a problem. There's talk, depending on what outlet, between 25 million and 30 million euros being accepted. And Arsenal fans maybe had the sense and the feeling that this deal was dead in the water, that it was going to fall apart, that they were not going to be able to pick up any new additional signings with Eddie Nketiah staying. We know the Merino deal is very, very close to completion. It's been so widely touted. I'm not too sure exactly what the hold-ups are. I don't think nobody knows, but I think it's a deal that Arsenal fans can be relaxed on, Arsenal fans can be patient about, and not stress themselves over. It's going to be an excellent addition to their midfield. But as and when Eddie Nketiah leaves, multiple stories coming out of Italy, coming out of Portugal, coming out of the UK, is that Sporting Lisbon striker remains a very active target of Arsenal. And it is claimed that the Gunners will make a move for the centre-forward as and when Eddie Nketiah leaves. And Arsenal need it, in my... Listen, they're still going to be in this title race, Arsenal. They showed just the other night against Bayer Leverkusen that they're an electric team, they're a dangerous side. But what they need to add is that strength in depth. Whether it's improving the first team and pushing the strength from the current team, the current first 11 onto the bench, or it's improving the bench, it doesn't really matter which way round. Calafiori, Moreno, and a player like Gyökeres, like Pedro Neto, would do this. More firepower, more creativity, more control in the midfield, better defensive attributes. That, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, unless City pull off a madness between now and the end of the window, and a lot of their fans don't expect them to. So if they don't sign Bruno Guimaraes, if they don't go and get Kimmich, I think Kimmich's actually staying at Bayern Munich now, according to some reports coming out of Germany. But if they don't sign anybody else, I've said it all summer, I'll say it again, they, in my opinion, become the marginal favourites to win the Premier League from that point. But with Eddie Nketiah going, Arsenal fans, how are you feeling about this? Are you more relaxed about the remainder of your window? I know the league is a week away from starting. I know you wanted the deals done sooner, but it does appear that most clubs have had to wait to a little bit later on in the window to get their business done. But as ever, give us your thoughts, give us your feelings in the comments section below. Quite a few people are asking for updates on Zubimendi in the DMs today. Well, look, he wants to join with immediate effect. However, that's according to Plattenberg. Still conversations going on about the makeup of the deal. That's going to happen. I don't think Liverpool fans need to worry at this particular moment. There's nothing that I've seen. There's nothing that I've read that, if I was a Liverpool fan, would make me really panic at this particular juncture. It all appears to be in hand. Now, moving on from Liverpool and on to Chelsea. Well, I saw this interesting piece from Liam, posted by Simon Phillips, that Samu Amorodian is coming in as a second or third choice to compete or provide cover for Nicholas Jackson, because Chelsea want 2 more attacking signings. They want a striker. They would like the striker to be Viktor Gyökeres, and a winger. And I think this is really positive news. Really positive news indeed for Chelsea, that they're still looking at Osimhen, because they need this individual. I don't know a lot about young Samu. He could end up being a star. He could end up being a brilliant player. But I believe they need to improve their first team squad. And I've had a few people say to me, Terry, sometimes it's like you're talking out of both sides of your mouth with Chelsea. And I appreciate the challenge, if I'm being honest. It isn't. I think the first team signings you've made thus far, and there's been 2 of them, you could argue 3 with Samu, but 2 in Tosin and Dewsbury have been good. But you need more. And if that winger you bring in is Pedro Neto, if that striker you bring in, that additional striker is Osimhen, then I look at the 4 first-team players you've bought and I say, wow, you've improved your core, you've improved your overall quality. Then the adding of a couple of youngsters makes more sense. The strategy around buying players to flip them later, I've got no issue with that per se. But I don't think you can be doing that and spending £200 million in the summer on just that. There has to be a mixture of the 2. So this isn't about me or any other person talking out of both sides of our mouths. It's because it's a complex situation. It isn't a basic, linear, binary 1 plus 1 is 2 situation. I think it is multifaceted in that regard. But Osimhen to Chelsea still on, according to big Chelsea reports. Now, when it comes to Manchester United, story from the Muppeteers today that there are indications from people around Sander Berge that his potential transfer to Man United is moving forward. And I've seen a lot of people frustrated about this move. And I do understand why. I understand why, because I don't think he's at the level of a Ugarte. I don't think he's at the level of a Zubimendi. And when you look at the midfields of Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, that is what Man United have got to try and close the gap on. And I think we're very aware of that. I think we're very honed in on that as Manchester United fans, how and where we need to improve. But I said it last night on the Top 6 show, and I'll state it again now. I think technically he's a very good football player. If you actually look at his statistics, very good. Now, yes, he's been relegated. But Man United bought Roy Keane after Nottingham Forest had been relegated, as an example. Michael Carrick joined Man United. He'd been a West Ham player and got relegated. Andy Robertson at Hull had been relegated. Just because you've been part of a relegation team doesn't equal there's no chance that you're a very good player. That just doesn't compute. However, where I agree with some of the negative views is I don't think it can be the only. It can't, in my opinion, be the only midfield signing we make. If you were to give us Ugarte and you were to throw Sander Berge in the mix as the lesser of the 2, then I think it's a good summer in terms of improving our baseline. We were never, and this is the one thing I want to reiterate again and again, and this isn't a copium mechanism to this news. I've been saying it since the takeover. It's going to take multiple summers to fix the club, because it's going to take a long time to get rid of the dead wood. It's going to take a long time to get rid of the problems at the club that have been going on for 11 years under the malpractice of the Glazers and Ed Woodward and co. So look, I'm not jumping from the rooftops at this signing. I don't believe Sander Berge is going to make Man United into a well-beaten team. I hope he does. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't personally believe it. However, what I am hopeful for is this is one of a number of additional signings, including the likes of De Ligt, Mazwari, Ugarte, that have come in, because everybody we're signing so far are looking to sign and promote from our academy. When you look at them, the level of technical ability is very high. And for me, that's what Man United have been hugely missing. Hugely missing. Along, of course, with not having the right culture and the right heart and the right determination. But if you can get technical ability coupled with great heart and determination, you will improve as a football team, in my humble opinion. As ever, look, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you go and check out StocksFC. You've only got, 2 days and 9 hours from when I'm recording this. It'll be less maybe when you're watching it, to look at the IPO for Erling Haaland. As you can see, hold on the information here. When the IPO ends, all unsold tokens will be destroyed, and the only way to acquire tokens is to purchase them from other users on the transfer market. So if you want to get in now ahead of the game, it's high. By the way, his price is raised by like 30 cents during the launch of this. But if you miss out now, we know Haaland's going to score a lot of goals. You know he's going to make a lot of money on rewards for the users. So if you ever want to buy him in the future, he's going to be considerably more expensive, in my humble opinion. So get signed up to StocksFC now. And everyone who signs up, everyone who deposits, you go into the draw to win a signed shirt in a frame from Erling Haaland as well. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you all again soon. Peace.